Alright, what is going on, you guys? Back again with another stream for the absence tracker. So yeah, let's just remind ourselves what we did last stream. Basically, we are slowly approaching the end of this project, or at least the MVP version of it. As you can see on the oh, you can't see the screen. All right, so yeah. Yeah, basically we did the dashboards, if you remember, and the dashboard is quite empty still. So in today's stream, I think it'll be a good opportunity for us to play around with React table and Chakra UI as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get in on it. All right, so here's the screen. Let's just turn the dark theme on. As you can see, we have these stats developed. We did these the last stream. I don't know if you remember, or if you haven't seen that, you can check out my YouTube channel. That's where I archive all of my previous streams. So yeah, we have the dashboard here. We have the 3 of these stat components. These are Chakra UI stat components with an icon additional to them. And it is a good piece of information, right, as an employee, but it's still empty, So I thought, maybe it'll be a good idea to actually implement a table here, and we can list all of our previous absences in this table, right? And for that, we are going to use the React table. We are going to use the React table, Tanner's React table to be precise. It's an awesome library for creating tables. It basically gives you an API, so you can bring your own UI, but all of the functionality and everything we can get that from the table itself. So it exposes a use table hook, React hook, in which you give the columns and the data, right? So all of the columns with the headers and the cell renderers and everything, and then you get the data in here, and it also gives you the table props, body props, header groups, rows, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, it's a cool library, and I think it's a great opportunity to check it out. I don't know if you remember, but previously we did had an attempt to use React table with Chakra UI, but to keep things short, let me see. As I remember correctly, we tried to use React table here into the user's screen. But yeah, to keep things simple, we decided to just implement an ordinary list here, not a table, because we didn't have any complex data, right? So it was just a user's list. It's not really a table. But in this case, we are going to present all of the previous absences here. So as you can see, in my system, I have clocked out 34 days. I have one pending day that's sitting in the pending requests. It hasn't been updated yet, and I have 3 more days left to take off. So let's just remind ourselves on the schema that we have. Ignore the errors. I do have some issues with the versions of Blitz.js and Prisma, but yeah, that'll be for another stream. So yeah, we have the absence here. We have it if it's approved or not. We have the type of the absence, right? And that absence can be a sick leave, a vacation, or a day off. We have the user, and in this case it'll be always the logged in user. We have an array of days. Hold on, can you guys see? There we go. I guess that's better. So we have the total. No, we have an array of days, right? Which days that the user is requesting to take the absence off, and the total days. Yeah, thank you, Tevo. And yeah, the total number of those days. We do have some notes as well. For example, if we go into the request to leave screen, we can see that we have notes here that we can write. I don't know, I'm not feeling well, etc. Right? So we keep the notes as well. Those are optional. We also keep the tracking period. Right, in the tracking period, for those of you who don't know, it's basically configurable, but it's usually 1 year, and in our case, it's from 1st of July until the next 1st of July, right? And then we have a declined reason. This is also an optional, right? So if for some reason the HR manager declines the requested absence, we want to keep that into the database as well for later. I'm not sure, for evidence. I don't know. But yeah, this is the absence model that we have. It's fairly simple. Can it be complex? Yes, it can be complex. But yeah, we are building an MVP, so I think it does the job really well. And there we go. I guess we can create a little table in the dashboard screen right below the stat components, and we can just list the we can just list the periods, the total days, and the array of days, right? We won't list the user because that's always going to be the currently logged in user, so every user knows that those absences are for themselves only. We can list the type, right? If it's a sick leave or a day off or a vacation. Approved, yeah, definitely. Since we're going to get the past absences, then they have to be approved, right? And the days array should not actually pass the current date that we are trying to make the query. And yeah, I don't have a design for this. We'll just wing it, right? So let me show you a cool little thing called Chakra UI React table. So there we go. On the Chakra UI page, we have a guide on how to use React table to get all of the props and header groups and rows and whatnot, and actually combine them with Chakra UI table components to get basically this, right? So this is what we are going to use. Yeah, let's just start off by installing React table into our package. Oh, and by the way, a few days ago when I did my last stream, afterwards, after I ended the stream, I tried to update the Blitz Blitz.js version. As you can see, it's still on 0.29.2, whereas we have a 0.31.1, right? So I think this is still in alpha, and the 0.31.1 is in beta. But there are some changes into the authorization, and quite a lot of changes. Yeah, so everything started to catch on fire, and I just reverted everything so we can proceed building the app without those things. But later on, I plan on updating the versions all to the last one. And we also do have newer Chakra UI versions, but that's just a minor versions, I guess. Oh no, yeah, 2 minor versions. But yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, updating Blitz might be. So we're going to try to approach this at a different time. For now, we'll just sit on 0.29, and we'll see where we can go with that. All right, so let's just get back restart the server back again, and we can start implementing the table and everything. There we go. So let's just refresh and confirm that everything is working. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of the terminal here, and this is our dashboard screen. As you can see, we have a wrap component with the 3 dashboard stats into a wrap item, and in here let's add the table here. Yeah, so it should be, oh, it's already here. Yeah, since we have a direction of column, let's just try to MN. Man, what was that? This is, let's see, I always forget, was it like a shorthand or so? Text, no, flex, we're interested in flex. Yeah, so direction, was it like a shorthand or direction? Let's try the shorthand first. Yes, so there is no call, it needs to be column UMN. There we go. All better now. So we are going to add the table here. We have this flex here. This wrap needs some space, some breathing space, so we'll just add a margin bottom of 10, and these things should be even now, and we can start adding the little table here, right? So how do we approach this? Let's see. This, we're going to build something like this, right? Where we have the data here, we have the columns here as well. So might as well start with the columns. Then we use the React tables use table hook, and it'll provide us the get table props, table body props, header groups, rows, and prepare row, and everything else is inside these Chakra UI table components, like the D head, D body table, and everything. So since we know that we're going to use these components from Chakra, let's go ahead and just import these. Anyways, we do have some icons from Chakra UI. Let's just go. No, you know what? Let's try to import our own icons. These are cool, but I'll try to use carrots instead. So we want to use remix icons and search for a carrot. No. Let's see here. Okay, this looks exactly like Chakra UI, so we don't even need to use that one. Let's try arrow. Let's see what we have if we use arrow. Okay, I like this one. The small one adds a little nice touch. We have some iOS arrows down. That was my initial idea, but let's just keep on and see. Now let's just use this guy right here. This is from BS. That is Bootstrap. Okay, so let's import this guy from React icons BS. Nicely done. So we got the icon in place as well, and then we also want to use import the use table and use sort by. Yeah, let's use sorting even from the beginning, right? And we are going to try to build the table here, the table component here, but if we can, it'll be a good idea to actually extract, extract it as a reusable component, so we don't need to, use it always, right? But what do you guys think? Should we should we implement this in here, or should we start, oh sorry, hit the camera, or should we start in a new file immediately? So while you write your opinions in the chat, we can take a look at how the tables are being structured. So we have a table, and the get table props is a function that we get from use table, and that's cool. Then we get the header groups, and I reckon this is the header groups element here. Yeah, I guess so. And for every header group, we render a TR with the get header group props here. We get the headers. We render a table header or TH. Get sort by, okay. Then we get the sorting, and if it's numeric, okay. Okay, this means, I guess, the multiply by is numeric, right? Because, yeah, there we go. Nicely done. We also want to learn what the accessor is. I guess it's, yeah, I guess it's this thing right here. Exactly, yeah. Nicely done. Then we render the header. And also we can use... we can use... I guess we can use our own cell renderers. I mean, that would be cool, right? Because this, I think this only renders texts. As we can see here, there are no icons or avatars or, you know, anything like that. Not that we're going to need it. Oh wait, we are going to need it. Yeah, for the days array, because right now in pending requests, here's how we render all of the days that are being requested, right? Wrapped inside badges. So we should, you know, we should do something like this for consistency, right? And the table should look something like this. Yeah, requested at. When was it requested? What type is it? We're going to ditch the username because this is an admin screen here. So these are all of the employees. Right now I'm only me. So yeah, these will change as well. There's the notes here. I'm going skiing, and there we have the array or the horizontal list of badges for the days. So I guess we should do something like this, but in a table fashion, and we'll try to make it work, because I can see the days can get lengthy, but we'll see. Or maybe we can even just display how many days in total were there. Probably add the range of days as well, and I guess we can add a little eye icon like we have here, a little eye icon, so when you click it, it shows you, it displays you know, a bit more details, like what the exact days were. Was it approved or declined? Of course it was approved. These are previous requests, right? Yeah, we'll see. Let's just, you know, start putting some stuff here. Nobody answered whether we should try this in a new file or put this in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and create a component for our table, and we'll try to make a generic one, not for the dashboard table, but for the table in general. So anywhere we have tables, we can reuse that. So we provide the data from the outside. So inside of the components folder here, let's try to create a data grid. I don't know, data grid.tsx, right? Data grid. It'll be our own little React function. It'll return, I don't know, a paragraph called hehe. And let's export default data grid so we can use it in our app. And get that here, data grid. There we go. what we need to do is get all of these extra stuff that we added here, like so, from Chakra UI React. There we go, there we go, there we go. And let's also make a type called data grid props. We are going to define our props in here, data grid props. And we need the columns. Definitely, let's just add them any for now. We'll see it. We want to also have the data, right? What else? Yeah, don't worry about that. Let's just save it for now. I am importing the data grid in here, and we have a little hehe here. Awesome. So I can, yeah, we have the absence. We already have the absences. Even my absence. I'll get my absences. Current period true, suspense false. This is, yeah, this is a workaround because Blitz.js functions on top of an experimental version of React, and Chakra doesn't play with that well at the moment, so we are not using React suspense in this case. And alright, yeah, let's define the let's make these optional for now, so we don't have this error here. We can add some hard-coded data just so we can start to see anything like columns, right? And that thing needs to be an array, as an array of objects. And let's just use the react dot what was it, use memo. There we go, and we are going to return the array in here. So the columns, they want a header name, so it should be what should the first one be? Yeah, let's just say days, right? These will be the days. And there's an accessor as well. Let's just call this days. Let's go ahead and do another one, days. Let's say total days in this case. Total days. Let's add the requested on. Requested on. And what else do we want, guys? Let's see. Oh, type. Exactly. Days. Let's add a type as the second column. So we're gonna do type. Nicely done. Right, we have the days, we have the type. The user is themselves. It's approved as well. We have the created at. We have the days and the total days. Notes. I guess that should go into the more details section of each row. Periods. Okay, so regarding the periods, when we are using when we're fetching the absences from the get my absences, there is a property called current period that we can set to true or false. In this case, we're getting the absences from the current period, right? And in our case for the table, I'm not sure if we should only get them from this period, or should we get them like all of the absences. Let's start with getting the absences from this period, so we won't need to include the the period ID as well, and there is no declined reason as well. So we only have like 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, and it's okay. User will only recompute the memo as value when one of the dependencies is changed. If calling use memo with a referentially stable function, also give it as an input in the second argument. Okay. Okay. Expensive result. I guess we can ignore this. Yeah. Yeah, let's just ignore this. If it allows us to ignore it. Oh, React is not defined. Import React from React. How about now? All right, of course. What am I doing, guys? Let's get it inside here, and there we go. Fresh. All right, so we got the columns. Let's try to add the data now, and the same way react.useMemo, right, will return an array of functions, and the dependency array should be empty as well. Okay, so the data was being defined in this way. We have the from unit, to unit, and factor. Okay, so yeah, accessory is basically the field of the data, right? When we get the absences, let's actually try to pass the absences here. So we can use data equals absences, right? It is an array. Let's get the data in here. So this data will not work, right? Nice. Okay, that changes things, right? So if we want to only use the data that we get from the props, man, I'm sure that we do. In that case, we need to change the accessors. This is just temporary, right? So we can only see this, but this should go outside of these components. So accessors created at should be placed in the requested on. Then we have the total days. And there we go. Oh, that's already been done. We have the type here. And we want to get the type as well, but this means that we do need to provide a custom renderer for this, because the type in this case is an object, right? And that type has a title, and we want to get that and render that in some way, right? So we got the type, and what else do we have? We have the days. Days is exactly the same in here. So this should cover that. Let's start building the. Let's just copy this piece right here. This will create columns S. There we go. We have the data from the props, and there's sorting enabled. So why not? Let's just go with it, you know. And as I can see, you can also add is numeric. I'm not sure if that's from React table or not. Maybe it's like a custom little prop that you can pass. Is numeric. Nope, I guess it's custom. So that's cool. Let's see how we can add cell rendering. Render cell render to override. Let's see this. Get cell props render. Okay, so cell properties. Nicely done. We can have a render function that gets the prop, gets the type, gets the props to render content with added context of a cell. Nice. That means we can have the type. Oh, wait a minute. We can have the type with a render function that would get the type and props, if any, right? And that should let's just return an ordinary I don't know, an ordinary paragraph in this case, and that would be props dot title, I guess, right? Because the type in our case is an absence type, and the absence type has a title that we want to render. So we'll just render the props.title, and we can see what else can we do with it. Maybe we can get the actual type, and if it's a vacation, we can render it as a green badge. If it's a sick day, we can render it as a red badge, etc., etc. So we can go crazy with it. Let's just see if it actually renders anything. Total days is a number, and we already have that. Requested on is a date. Let's see, date. Not really. Okay, doesn't matter. Do we have? I think we have a date FNS. We can use. Yeah, we'll see when we get there. And we have the days here. This will also need to be a renderer, because we'll get the type and we get the props. The props in this case should be an array, right? So we want to do props dot map, but we want to do this, right? Props is any. Let's just go with it. We'll get a day. FYI, things that you need to do to upgrade. Oh man, awesome. Thank you for this. Yeah, I'll definitely use this later on. Nice. Thanks a lot, Tivo. Let's spin that. Alright, so we get the day, and since it's a daytime, we can easily just render. Well, yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Let's get a badge here. Yeah, let's get a badge with the day, and we should probably use date FNS here. Let's see what we can use from date FNS. Format. There we go. So instead of date, let's just call format. And what does format want? It wants a date, and it wants a format. So days are date, and the format would be let's do the European way. So we'll get the day slash month with capital or lowercase. I always mix this up, and then we'll get the year. We'll see if it works. If not, we'll just get back to it. Okay, so this is the general idea behind it. We have the columns, and we already have the data. Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll return our table right away. Okay, so there's an isNumeric. We are not going to be using that. I guess that's from Chakra UI. We'll see. But basically, if we get the table as such, we should. Okay, there's the down and up. We have the down short. Let's just get the up short, and we will use these instead. Okay, sort of descending, sort of ascending. Lovely. And there we go. All right, so let's go back to this, refresh, see if we have anything. There we go. Cannot read property for each of undefined. Why? Because I guess the data is not defined yet. Right, so we wanna I guess that was the issue that we had. So because the absences are not defined, you know, on the very first render, we are passing an undefined data, and React table is trying to construct all of the stuff from an empty array. So I guess we should wrap this with absences, and absences dot length is greater than 0. So let's wait a minute. Let's wrap everything into a conditional render. And let's see if this works. Do a reload. Nope, objects are not valid as a React child. Okay. If you meant to render a collection of children, use an array instead. Okay. Ah. Right, because I guess it's because of the of this thing right here. We are returning a map immediately. What we need to do, probably do, is, I don't know, use a wrap, so we can define spacing. And that spacing can be, I don't know, let's see, 3, and then inside we can map these. And instead of only using a badge, we want to use the wrap item with the badge and then the format. So let's just clean this up so we can see the structure better. The badge can stay this way. We have the wrap item here. This should go back. And what? No. This belongs here. I'm not sure why this guy is. Huh. Oh, sorry guys, one more. There we go. Let's see if that fixes it, because we just returned an array of children. Nope. Okay, so if you meant to render a collection of children, use an array instead. Found. Aha. Let's try to debug this. So we are going to enter the data grid component here, and let's put a. There we go. Let's just put a breakpoint here to see what. Oh, it doesn't want it. Okay. Let's use a function instead, and then return this thing right here, and then close the corresponding and hit this. So what's wrong now? Left side of comma operator is unused and it has no side effects. So this is the render, and then we return a piece of JSX. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Let's just console log the props. Let's see what the days props is. Reload. Come on now. So it doesn't even get there, as you can see. Huh. That's cool. Okay. In that case, let's just put a breakpoint here to actually see what the data is that we're trying to pass. There's the data. We have an array of 7 elements, and the days is an array of 5 elements. Okay. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe that is the issue. Regardless, we do need to find a way to. Yeah, we do need to find a way to pass this array, because we want to have an array of items in one cell, and that's just. I guess that's perfectly normal thing to do. Objects are not valid as a React child, it says. And I can see this is a date, but we don't use dates anywhere else, so it has to be this. Yeah, let's remove this. Let's just see if that's the issue. Nope. Oh, requested on. Maybe this is the case. Yeah, let's just try to kill the columns one by one and see. Oh yeah, we do have something here. As you can see, we have the total days, right? We have the type. Let's uncomment the days and the requested on. Yeah, I guess we. Oh, god damn it! Not a chance. Lovely. Let's try to bring back the header, the requested on. Alright, render. Let's get the type, let's get the props, and we are going to return a paragraph. And use the format, so the props would be that. And then get the format, day, month, year. Nope, okay. Okay. Let's dig deeper. Let's see what it actually wants. Inner text of null. Huh. We still don't get to see the console logs. Let's try it here. Let's render the type and props and then return this JSX element. No, we don't even get to see. Yeah, we don't even get to see the console log. So basically, yeah, so React table doesn't accept this. Let's see what we can do with that. Editable data, no. Huh. Use table. Columns is an array of columns. Data is an array of everything. Okay, cool. Columns. Use memo. Nice. Yeah, look, we can use the column. Can we use the type from React table? Nope. It doesn't come with a table. With a type. Let's try to enforce it. Maybe it's TypeScript. Okay, render. That's weird. Huh. Alright. Be my guest. Okay. Initial states. Hidden columns. Auto reset hidden columns. State reducer. Control state. Default column. Subrows row ID. And the column options. We can have an accessor. An ID. A nested array of columns. Okay. We have the header. We already have that. Cell optional defaults to string. Okay. Receives the table instance and the cell model as props. Must return a valid JSX. Okay. I guess this. We can use the cell one. Yeah. Right. So not the render function. Where was that? Render column properties from the table is oh man. I guess it's the it has to be the render. Huh. That is weird. Alright, yeah. Let's have some. We'll do this console log because we know that this renders, so let's just render out the type and props and return whatever we've set to return, because we know that if we comment out these two columns, the table gets rendered. But does it really? Okay, so render. That's not the case. Let's try cell. Type and props. It returns a JSX element. Okay, guys. Type. Okay, we have the type. What about the props? Nothing. Type data. We have the whole data here. Hey, dude. edo. We have the cell render row. What? Okay, so we're just trying to get the data here. We have to have it. Right. We have columns, we have data. All columns hidden. Huh. This can't be it. I mean, we are passing the type here, but let's make sure that data. Let's get the first one dot type actually shows. Oh, undefined. Okay. Let's use the type dot data dot. Oh, okay, guys, this makes sense now. Okay. The idea is that when we have the absences here, we don't actually populate. We don't actually populate the type. In this case, right? Because this is the only relational field that we're using. Everything else is primitive types. So we need to populate. We need to populate the type. So let's go into the get my absences. If it's not in the current period, we have this. What else do we have? Include. Choose which related nodes to fetch as well. Thank you. So what should include be? It should be absence include. Type. True. Period. Well, why the hell not? No. Oh, in this case, yes. In this case, yes, because we are returning all of the periods, right? What else do we have? User and user in period. We don't need these because it's my absences, right? Where the user is logged in. So, for this case, these two are good. But for this case, we also don't want the period because we're always... Huh. Yeah, this is the Chakra logo on my head. Yeah, I custom made this. By the way, it has a margin left of 1, as you can see. Maybe you can't really see, but the logo is not centered. The company that I gave my head to actually do the embroidery, they messed it up. So now it's not centered, and this is, yeah. I had an idea of how to fix it. I can get a Sharpie and write ML equals 3 like this. 3 or 2 or 1 and add a little arrow. At least it'll have some humor. But yeah, it is what it is. Alright, so yeah, we are going to use, we're still going to get the periods in this case as well. Because the periods, we can be in 2 periods at the same time. So we need that, and we always need a type. Let's see what we have now. We should have the type. Nope. Okay. Let's see. Data type should be, there we go. Data.type .title. Nicely done. But the props is And how am I supposed to get the cells data? Cell. It gets the value, receives a table instance and cell model as props. Formatting the column value. If your column accessor returns a date object, you can use a cell function to format the date to a readable format. Okay, but I don't... Oh, wait a minute. This says value. Nicely done. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Let's just get the value because we want to use value.title, because in the type case the value is the whole type, so this should render the type. There we go. Nice. All right, We are getting somewhere, guys. Let's also enable this thing right here, but instead of render, let's add a cell. Right, let's also do the value and pass the value. In this case, it should be a, I guess, a one-liner. There we go. Also here. And in this case, again, cell, get the value, ditch this thing, and return immediately this thing with the, instead of props, we'll do value.map, because we're passing an array of, yeah, we're passing an array of date times, so we want to do that instead. Reload, let's see what happens. All right, nice though. So let's see. Styling definitely off, but we'll do something about that. We have the typification, yada yada yada. Requested on. Nicely done, guys. Nicely done. Okay. This is in a new. Wow, this is way too small, guys. What is this, like 4 pixels? And also, let's see why it doesn't want to stay in a single. The SVG. Ah, I got it. Yeah, someone posted a question on Chakra UI's Discord this morning, or having issues with React icons, and I actually found a way to do that. So if we want to use the React icons here, we need to get the SVG, right, the paths, and wrap them into a Chakra UI icon. So something like this. We can import the icon from Chakra UI and do the as we can see here. So from Chakra UI also get, hold on a second, also get the icon. And where is it? In this case, we'll do icon as this guy, and again icon as this guy here. So now we should see the icons up top. Yeah, there we go. They look awful, but hey. PL4, no PLs, because that was way too much and the icon is way too small. So let's use the ordinary one, arrow down instead of shorts. So let's ditch the shorts, get this problem out of the way. There we go. Okay, so we can click on the headers. Nicely done. We do want to add some styling on this, definitely. Let's get this down so we can see the table in full. And we probably also want to add some row styling as well. So let's just start doing that. This is the table row for the header groups, right? So let's try to add, no, wait a minute. Let's try to add the background. We'll steal the background from the dashboard stat. And I'll tell you guys what that actually is. There we go. So we are using the use color mode value from Chakra UI. If it's a light theme, we want to use plain whites. If it's a dark theme, we want to use gray 800, so it matches this part, the outer part of the panel. So we have the box background. It's not going to be a box in this case, but table background. Yeah, so background should be table background. We should see the whole Table nicely rendered. We also want to do some rounding. So medium rounding. How would that look? Should be the same. Should be the same as the stats components. So rounded medium, nicely done. Thank you very much. And guys, now since we have the headers here and the rows here, we kind of have the separators outside of the box, but we don't really want the rows to be exactly the same as the headers, right? So let's go back to the data grid and define a row background, and that should be, I don't know, 700. Let's try that. Outside of the T head, we have the T body, and for every row we are returning a table row. So background equals row background. What? No, no, that's not correct. 700. Let's try 600. Ah, I understand. Yeah, 800 is the background, right? This thing right here. 700 is actually this background, and there's nothing in between. So maybe we can bump this to 900 and this to 800, but then this would be way too dark, as you can see. Not cool. Not cool. Also, we're missing roundings in the bottom here. Let's see what actually happens here. Let's get out of the row. This is the body and this is the table. It says border radius. What if we did overflow hidden? Oh, we can see that it starts to... Oh, goddammit. Alright. This is not cool. Okay, so we'll work on that a bit later. Let's... what should we do, man? So now we have a problem. Right, the shade, there is only a single shade between this color and this color, and we can't put anything in between. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the table background. I'm going to use the table background, but with opacity. Right, if we add some opacity to the background, it shouldn't be as darker. We also want to move the backgrounds to the head instead. Right. Let's see if we can have a background opacity. No, opacity. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. I need to be in docs. Style props. Background color. And background. The issue with setting an opacity is it's going to also make the data, you know, it's going to also apply the opacity to the data. So we only want that opacity applied to the background, not really the data. If there's like a little hook that transforms a chakra color into an RGBA and also adds an opacity, that would be super cool. But let's see here. Use token to create a box shadow with colors from your theme. Okay. We don't actually need this. Alright, table. Let's just, I don't know, let's just add opacity to 0.5 and then regret setting that. Yeah, of course. But what if... Nah. CSS doesn't work like that. Let's dig deep. So we have the row. It has an opacity of 0.5. Then we have all of these cells here. If I set opacity to 1, I'm being an idiot because the parent itself is setting the opacity. And of course it will not work. So I need to, I need to convert this color, this chakra color, into RGBA and add the opacity if I wanted to achieve this. But let's see if we had a color with alpha included. I think there was. Let's try to open Chakra UI and search for that. I don't know, white alpha. What was it? White alpha .300. Okay, so we do have a color like that. I don't know, let's try it. Instead of table, we are going to rename this to header background and then rename this to row background. So the row background should be if this was white alpha, is there like a black alpha? 500 or 50, 600. Okay, so pretty much the same. Let's try to use that. Black alpha, I don't know, black alpha 50, and put this in place of the header backgrounds for the row. Okay, that's barely noticeable, but we got something going on. We can use 600. Oh no, that's way too much. 400. Okay, I guess this kind of works, you know. Maybe 500. There we go. Okay, we can see that there's a clear difference between the header and the row now. Nicely done. Okay, headers. We want to make the font of the header a bit bigger. This guy here, render header. So why not use a chakra span to wrap everything in here and then do font size. I don't know. Let's see what 16 does. Alright, this works. This works, but now the icon is way too small, so we are going to use size. That size can be, I don't know, XL, 4XL. No. What about font size? Because I know some of the icons are being set using. There we go. So instead of 16, we want to use 24, I guess. Ooh, way too much. 24, not 24. Was 20 part of our design system or not? Let's see 16 again. Yeah, I guess 20, but then we wanna add no. Let's use 16 and do a margin bottom of, I don't know, 4, so we can get it. Oh, that's way too much. That is way too much. Let's see this. 1, I guess. There we go. And also margin left. Yeah, actually we can set the margin on the span itself, not the actual icon. So we'll do a margin bottom of 1 and margin left of 4. So we separate Way too much, Lazar. Oh, okay. Going back to the icon. Let's see now. There we go. Much better. Nicely done. Alright, nice. Okay, these are barely readable, so we need to fix that. There is no rounding. I also want to fix that. Rounded equals medium. What about large? We do have some problems with that now. One way we can, what we can do to achieve the rounding is to wrap everything in a box and apply the rounding over there. What the hell is that? Oh, fireworks. Congratulations. Can you guys hear that? They sound quite close. Yeah, so one way we can achieve that is wrapping the whole table into a box and then applying that rounding to the box itself, and also do overflow hidden. So let's, I don't know, just for the giggles, let's try that. We have the box, we wrap the whole table into that box, we do rounded equals medium, and then overflow equals hidden. Let's see if we can see the rounding top and bottom. Almost. We still have, there's the top, we still have some issues on the bottom. Yeah, because the table has a margin or a padding, was it? Can you see that? Yeah. Not cool, man. Alright, what if we were to add a padding to the table so it actually accounts for that space? So margin, no, actually, yeah, margin bottom. Oh man, not really what we're after. Let's also try to add a padding bottom to the box itself. Nope, it doesn't work. All right, we'll fix that later. We'll fix that later. Right now we have this. Let's make the badges a bit bigger now. Okay, badges were here. There we go. Let's get a size going on. Let's try XL. Medium. Large. What? Well, then what is the size? Huh. Let's consult the documentations. Badge color, variants. You can use a subtle, but I guess that's the default one. Is the subtle. Badge. Font size. Okay. Instead of size, we can use the font size. Now let's add, I don't know, 16. Or 16 might be too much. No, it's actually quite okay. Let's also add a padding. I don't know. Padding, horizontal padding of 4 and vertical padding of 2. What would that produce? Wait, that's too much. We'll do 1 and 2, so we'll just go in half. And this looks good. Nice, nice. These are the days. Okay. This is the type. Let's also get the type in a badge. I guess that makes sense. Or we can, yeah, let's not put everything in badges. So we'll just, yeah, let's use ordinary strings for these and use badges for the type. I think that's more suitable. Instead of P, let's use the badge here. Right? We can do color schemes if we want, but let's just use the Py equals 1, Px equals 2, vacation sick leave, day off. This looks better. This looks better. In the case of, in this case, let's also get the index. And do if the index is not the value dot length -1. Let's render a little let's render a little comma here. And instead of spacing, because we don't want to use spacing anymore, we don't even want to use the wrap component in this case. So let's just, I don't know, return an empty fragment, or that might be a problem, I guess. What is this now? Okay, this is it. This is it. Let's add the comment like this. Okay, the issue is that we want to, I don't know, let's just return this. What is going on? Am I missing anything? Am I seriously missing anything? Let's wrap this into a span so we don't actually ruin the layout. Identifier expected, not. Format. There is. Nah. Not a chance. Let's wrap this into a span as well. God damn it. There we go. Yeah, because we had 2 children in here. Makes total sense. Okay. There we go. The issue is we want -2. We can still see this. What? Let's add a space afterwards. And we don't want the last, yeah, we don't want the last comma. But why the hell? If the index, the current index is not the last one, right? Then render the comma. Oh, god damn it. Guys, why didn't you say so? Alright, there we go. Okay, so we're good here. We have all of the dates here. But they're not really readable, so instead of doing this, let's try to do this, right? Guess that would be better. I don't know. I like the old way. I like the old way with the badges. So let's get it back. Yeah, we tried. Didn't work. Didn't really work. Oh, wait a minute. We also want to keep track of this so we don't lose it. There we go. And get the badge going. Okay, but instead of doing this, we'll use the something like this. Font size, now that's way too much. Yeah. Yeah, this looks way better. This looks way better. We have the days now, nicely done. And what's the date requested? We can also do this. I kind of like that, but maybe we also want to add the clock as well. So why the hell not? That would be hour minutes, and AM PM. Oh, that was not the AM PM. Was it like this? No. Date functions. The AM PM thing. What was the AM PM things? Format. Search. Nope. Format. Ah, there we go. Result examples. Let's try to find. Oh, there we go. Nice. So it's not T, it's actually written with P. There we go. So 6:33 p.m., 9:28 p.m. Yeah, this is usually when I stream. There we go. Okay, nice. This looks cool. Oh, wait a minute. We still have the clock, but we don't want the clock. Nice. There we go. So date and time. Nice. Okay. Okay, we kind of have this now. What we also want to do, instead of using the columns here, let's add them here. Get these out of here and let the data grid basically render itself. So we'll also import all of the missing imports and use these columns variable now and pass it on to the data grids component. So columns equals columns. This should work. Remember, the same object is not a function. Oh, why the hell not? Format is from date FNS. That's true. We got that. We don't need these things as well. This was line 26, so here. But no. I thought it was because of the absences here, but that it shouldn't be. I mean, it doesn't get used until the whole React table gets rendered, right? Object is not a function. This might be date FNS. I mean, it looks like it. So let's just, for example, add the day here. Again, I thought we were okay. Wow, this is weird. Okay, so it actually works now. Okay. Alright guys, basically we have a data grid component now. We can show stuff in it and also do reordering, I mean sorting. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's try to delete something to see how it actually reflects. So we'll do Blitz Prisma Studio, or just Yarn Studio, was it? Yeah, there we go. Oh, Yarn, no, Blitz Prisma Studio. This will open up the Prisma Studio. These are the absences. Let's try to delete the 13. No, I'll keep the 13. We'll delete the 11 and one of the 5s. So let's just delete these two. There we go. Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay, we got the table. Yeah, honestly, it's not the prettiest table. Maybe we can add some breathing space on the header as well. But I think it kind of works. Here's the head. Let's add py of 2, like an additional 2. No, okay. Let's try 4. I don't know. No, not really. Not really on the T head, but maybe on the TR. Nope. Okay. Okay. Let's pop the hood then. There's the T head. If I say padding top to 14 pixels, that is weird. Okay. What about margins up 14 pixels? Doesn't work. What about height? I guess we can say the table's height should be, I don't know, like 80 pixels. It's currently at 41. 80 might be too much, but goddamn, it's not changing. Why is that? Table header group. Like, am I missing something? Let's try to add the heights. 60 pixels. All right, so yeah, height works, but it needs to be on the TR. So height should be 60. Okay, 60 is not really part of our design system. So we want to use something like 56, I guess. Right, so 56 divided by 8 is 7 rams, and that's 28. Yeah, so we'll kill the 60. We'll also kill this guy here. 7 rams. Oh, sorry guys, instead of 8 we want to divide by 16, and that's 3.5. My bad. 3.5 is 14. Nice. Okay, this is what we were after. Alright, there's our table, guys. Now the dashboard is not, it's not that empty now. Okay, yeah, and this component that we just built, data grids, we can easily reuse this because everything is provided from outside. And numeric, no, we don't have that as well. The only thing that we can pass on as a prop would be, I guess, sorting and reordering, if that's a, yeah, that's not available. I guess sorting, yeah. What else is available? Let's see. What is going on with TypeScript? Something's weird. I don't get any. You see that? God damn it. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, we can make the component a bit you know, a bit richer. For example, we can pass on the can sorts or sortable prop, and if that's true, then maybe include the use sort by. How do they call these? Oh, terrible. I don't get any. Oh man, this is alright, doesn't matter. Yeah, basically we can pass on props sortable true or false. If it's false, then we'll disable this functionality right here. Right? Yeah, nevertheless, I think this does the trick. For now, we can see we have the header here. Let's see it in light modes. Here it is in light modes. And yeah, we want to change that. So instead of white, maybe we should add the black alpha 50. That is too much. What about 100? No. In that case, we'll use the white alpha 50. 100. We'll try to match something in between, and I guess as we go, let's try 500 here as well. A bit more. Okay. Let's stick with this. Here's the light mode, here is the dark mode. What I actually want to do is add some color, because everything's just gray. Let's try to paint the vacation, sick leave. Let's try to paint the type badges. So that would be outside now, right? In here. Now this is the days in here. So we have the badge here, right? And the value dot title. We did paint them in the pending requests here. Sick leave, vacation, sick leave, as you can see. So this is the previous requests. Let's try to find that. Previous requests. Where is the badge? Not really. Request row. Hey dude, how's it going? You see this? So based on the ID, yeah, based on the ID we are getting the badge color. So okay, we are going to need this. It's going all good. What about you? Yeah, I'm a little tired, but I really want to push on this project. So, you know, we're just casually hanging out. It's just me, you, and someone else in here. So, not a lot of people. But yeah, nevertheless. Let's try to do this. We can use this type of thing, like a switch, to actually determine the... Oh, wait a minute. Now, yeah, this is a freestyle one. Yeah, this is... I started this at least 4 months ago, as you can see. At least 4 months ago, as you know, as an opportunity to learn Blitz.js, and it's still going. You know, and also there are some folks asking for the source codes, and I do wanna open source this, but the code is just the worst. So yeah, I'll do that in future. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. By the way, check this out. We have an absence type ID, right? And that would be 1, 2, 3. If it's if it's 1, then it's green. And let's see what that means. It means it's a sick leave, right? So I can add all of these. You know, I can add the color schemes into an array according to the type ID. We'll use the type ID as the array index, so that would be a one-liner. And I guess we want to use that, you know, we want to put that into a utility folder or something like this. There we go, utilities, absence type color schemes.ts, right? So we'll do color schemes and export default color schemes, and we'll use the green as the first one. We'll use the what was the next one? The next one, oh, it was still green. 1 2 3. Let's check the database. Absence type. Let's try to see absence type. We have sick leave, vacation, and day off. Starts off with 1. This should be good. Yeah. Vacation. What was the vacation? Red and orange. Right? We can export these, but then we can also do get color scheme. No, get yeah, get color scheme. Orange and green. We're going to get the type ID as a number in here, and we'll try to return the color schemes from that type ID as an index, right? Or use green as a fallback. And we also want to export this little color scheme function. Let's go back here. As you can see, the default is green. Number 2 and 3 is red and orange respectively. So absence type patch color. This, right? We'll delete this. We'll make this const. We'll just use the get color scheme. No, not really. Get absence type color scheme. Way better, because what in this case, absence type color schemes. Yeah, because when we see the code, we'll be like, okay, what is this color scheme? Where does it come from? So we'll do the absence dot type dot ID, and then just ditch all of this. Let's fix the imports like this, and also use this back in here. Yeah, like this. Where are we? Badge. The badge should have a color scheme of value dot, I guess, IT. Yeah, that is the type. Value dot ID. So let's see. Okay. There is no green. Sick leave, vacation, sick leave, vacation. Let's try to change something. 1 2 1 2 3. Let's change this to 3 as a day off. Day off is green, and vacation, which is 2, is orange. What database do you use? I have PostgreSQL, and you know, in the background connected with Prisma.io. Prisma is part of Blitz.js. So let's just make a little change in this case. Instead of red and orange, green, red and orange, we want to replace the orange with green, and do the orange red green. Let's see how that looks like. And now the day off and vacation are still the same. That should be orange, red, or green. Oh guys, yeah, exactly. So yeah, because we are doing a type here, you know, the type starts from 1 and onwards, but when we are trying to use it as an index, the index starts from 0. So orange is never found, right? So let's just use, oh man, I don't like this. Let's put green, orange, red, green in this case. And there we go. Vacation is now, okay. Vacation is now red, it should be green. And let's put this as red. Alright, so sick leave is orange, vacation is green, and day off. I guess sick leave should be red. And day off should be orange, since we don't really know, right? I don't know. Alright, doesn't matter. Let's go back to the dashboards, and there we go. We can see the badges have colors now. And we like this. This looks cool. Alrighty, right. Okay. We got days off, 2 days off, 1 sick leave, and 2 vacations. Nicely done. Let's try to... Wait a minute. Okay, there's the arrow. Alright, the arrow color is... Okay. Can we use type ID +1 at the absence type color schemes? Yeah, that's -1. You mean -1. That's also a good idea. So let's try that. Type ID -1. So we go 1 level below. It should not make any changes. There we go. Let's try the pending request again. Nice. Thanks, man. Alright, so we added a little color here as well. As we can see, the days in here were this purple color. Let's also add that for consistency. Color scheme equals purple. Let's go back to the dashboards. Are they the same? They are the same. Okay, nice. Alright, we also... In here we have the month's name with lowercase, and in here we have all capitals. I want to have lowercase as well in this place. So let's go to the requests row, was it? Yeah, and find the badge. Find the badge that's actually... Is this approved or not? Okay. And there we go. Variant solid. Alright, CSS, text transform, capitalize. That is what we're after in this case as well. So let's beautify everything. Go back to the dashboard, and there we go. There we go. Nicely done. An off-topic question, if you don't mind. How often do you use regex? I started playing with it recently, but I don't know if it's useful. I don't know, not that often, but it's like my go-to when I'm trying to validate some input data or stuff like that, when I know the format, like emails, you know, or something like that, when I know the template. And I find it the easiest, you know. Someone might say, okay, let's go and install a package for that, but why? You just use regex and validate anything. And that's when I rarely use it, but I have a, you know, it's a go-to when validating emails, at least. Yeah. Alright, guys. Alright, I don't know, I like this. I kind of like the look of this. We got some color going on, and it's cool. Hey, no worries. Nice. We don't have the details. Okay, we don't have the details. Right, the notes. We haven't added the notes. What if we remove the days as a title here and list these days, but then below list the notes? Yeah. Okay, but that would be combining 2 accessors, right? Let's kill the days. We should say sortable. We should set the sortable to false. Sort by. Disable sort by. in the entire table. Yes, please disable it. But for the columns, for the accessor, we wanna have 2 accessors in this case. So can we achieve that? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so column grouping is not what we're after. For example, the first name, last name are grouped under the name column. That's not what we're after. Subcomponents. What would that be? Columns, data use expanded. We can use expanded to track the expanded state. For subcomponents. Ah, right. Okay, so yeah, this is basically a subcomponent. Okay, nice, nice. We don't want that as well. Oh, we can show. Yeah, we can show the. Nah. We'll see later. We'll see later. But my idea here is, if we can frame motion. Oh, that would be cool. If we can merge 2. Let's check out the frame motion one. Randomize. Nice. Alright, this is so cool. Yeah, if we can merge 2 accessors into one and then somehow get the value, right? I mean, we had the props. We also have the whole data, but we want to find, you know, that would be nah. Doesn't really work. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we can use subcomponents. I don't know. It looks cool. I mean, click something, and then you can see additional info for that row that you selected, right? Okay, so how does that work? Subcell. If the okay, if the subcell, if it's subcell, then render subcell. If not, render the cell. Here's the value. Accessors. Okay. Let's try to do ordinary subcomponents first. So I guess we want to use the use expanded as well. Oh man, this is render sub-row components. I don't like this. Here's what we're going to do. When you hover on the type, it'll give you the nodes. That's what we're... Oh, god damn it. But we still need the node. It doesn't matter where we put it. We need the nodes in that particular cell. So that cell already has something else. Yeah, let's do that some other time. It's almost 10 o'clock. I am super tired. So why don't we continue on some other time? By the way, guys, this is, we're approaching the end of the project, and I am reserving. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm reserving my last 1 or 2 streams to actually go through the Dockerization process, right? So we'll create a Docker image. We'll add we'll add it to a server of ours. What is this? We'll add it to our own server and actually try to deploy this, and onboard my employees on this and start to test it out. And if everything works well, then we can start to refactor it and open source it, I guess. But yeah, 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 but yeah, Codecamp should pay you for promoting them. Well, I am Codecamp, and yeah, I should pay myself for promoting me, right? Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's cool. By the way, yeah, for an MVP, I guess this works super nice. We have all of the functionalities, right? We can request a leave as a user. We can see our dashboards, all of our days, all of our requests, and how many days left do we have left. I think these are the most important pieces here, and these will be the most used ones, right? But yeah, it gives you nice info. Then we can request stuff, right? And for example, we have 3 more days, and let's try to use, I don't know, let's try to do a vacation of 5 days. No. It will not allow me, saying not enough days, man. You only have 3 days left, and you're trying to request a 5 days left. Theoretically, we could allow this to happen, right? And we'll have a negative number for the days left afterwards. If some companies, you know, allow their employees to get, to borrow days off from the next period, I guess, right? So when the new period comes and the new days off will be granted, they'll have -3 or -5 or whoever, you know, however some guys stack up -1k days. Yeah. 1,000 days, yeah. Like 4 years of vacation. That would be cool. Yeah, but yeah, maybe for an MVP it's not really that needed feature, but I guess it's a nice feature to to implement it somewhere down the road and make it configurable, basically. But yeah, we can request a leave. The admin can look at all of the pending requests, previous requests, pending requests, whichever. We have a lowercase r here, we have a capital R here. Let's try to fix that real quick. Previous request, where is the title? Capital R, there we go. Or not really. What? Panel heading. Well, alright. That is weird. Doesn't matter. Yeah, the admins can look at stuff and also can look at the admin panel. And in here we can define this all of the absence types, right? So it's dynamic. We can add more types based on, I don't know, based on our company. We can define the holidays as well. And the holidays are not being included, when subtracting days off, when an employee requests a days off. And there's also the tracking periods as well. So check this out, from July 2019 until July 2020, from July 2020 until July 21, and then 21 to 22. But there's also a grace period happening here, if you can see that. Is this all made in React, both front-end and back-end? Well, back-end is TypeScript, JavaScript, right? React is only the front, from using Chakra UI. But yeah, I'm using Blitz.js, and it uses React Query to actually do the data fetching, and it uses Prisma.io to perform, as you can see from the tab here, Prisma Studio, to perform the database connection and queries and stuff. But yeah, it's Blitz.js, so it's a full stack framework. And right, the grace period is, for example, if right, imagine it's August, right? It's the end of the summer, it's August, and a new period has started, and the previous one has ended, but I still have like 5 or 10 days that I haven't used yet, right? Because I'm a hard worker. And there's a grace period at least in our company, in our country. So you can use, you know, I think it's by law, you must allow your employees to use all of the unused days, you know, after the period ends, and you pretty much give them a deadline, like, okay, you have a 6 months. I don't know, I'm not really sure about that, you know, it's not a fact, I'm just I think it's something like that. You have until that and that date to basically use all your days off, otherwise they'll just go, you know, we'll just remove them. You won't be paid for them, but you won't also have the ability to use them after that date ends. So there, it's like a grace period, right? So that's how I named it. That's the actual grace period. We also have that in account when requesting a leave and when we are subtracting the days off from the capacity and everything, and you know, and yeah, and then we have a users list. In the users lists, we can see all of the users, their emails, their roles. There's only one admin, one user at the moment. Here we have the ability to change. If we say this is a user, click update, user updated successfully. I guess I need to reload now, or log out and log back in. Yeah, let's try to log out, log back in, and check it out. There is no admin or pending requests or users or everything. As a user, I only have two options: to just use the request a leave form and to view my previous requests and how many days left I have and yada yada yada. But then that's it, you know. The admin has access to those pages. So let's get my user back as an admin. There we go. Save it. Try to log back in. I'm using the Google authentication here, and that's let's see, it's hard coded in here. I didn't really configure that one, but as you can see, there's a lot of hard coded values in this case, and I need to fix these things. But yeah, basically the domain is hard coded and it needs to end at khalicha.com, right? Otherwise it'll throw an unsupported domain. Let's see if that works. Do you use some other database for keeping sessions and stuff? No, it's everything's in here. Let's try to use my Gmail. It should throw an error. Yeah, see? The client is restricted to users within its organization. There it is. So we can continue with khalicha.com and we should see this. Awesome, works. But I need to, you know, configure these to be environment as environment variables. So deployment can be actually, you know, if a different company decides just to make a deployment, they don't need to edit the code. They can just edit environment variables, and they should have it working. That's the general idea behind it. And yeah, there are things like this that I need to fix. But yeah, my idea was not to produce a good code, but just to see how fast can I build stuff using Blitz and Chakra, because these are the two frameworks that will allow you to, you know, just produce blazingly fast, you know. And I really like the you know, the speed that I get from using Blitz and Chakra. And Blitz is still in beta. It was in alpha when I started the project. Now it's in beta, and I can't wait for them to go in a stable release, because I really like the frameworks, man, and also Chakra UI. It's just, I don't know, I don't even have the words to describe it. I mean, you get your component, you place it. It's like Bootstrap, but like 1,000 times, you know, better designed. And yeah, and also easily themable. I mean, you can see, we can see the theme. Let's try to find it first. Chakra config TS, right? I have like a code chem green here. I also changed some of the grays and also added a background light. I might not use it, but still. And yeah, you get your colors, and in this extend theme from Chakra UI, you can also use extend the components and whatnot. I have the fonts here. I don't know, it's perfect. It is just perfect for me. So yeah, I also have like 3 or 4 more pet projects that I like to try to build. The code chem thing isn't a picture. You made it with a mixture of colors. No, it is an SVG, right? It's an SVG, but the green color that you see here and here, right? That is Code Chem's green color, not Chakra UI's green color. I just overridden the green shade, the green shades, not the rest. And as you can see, there's like a 50 shade as well that I forgot to overridden. But yeah, nevertheless, it's that easy. So it's like you have a single place of configuring your theme and components and your buttons and the buttons variants and the sizes and everything. I thought you mixed some colors, and let me just allow this. And designed a badass logo. No, yeah, it's an SVG. I think it's way simpler. So yeah. And also, yeah, I mean, this logo is currently hard-coded, and the code chem text is also hard-coded. This should be configurable, right? If I want to open source this, then definitely there's a lot of work into, you know, that needs to be put into open sourcing it. It's not really just a hit of a button and there you go. So I can't leave hard-coded stuff. I can't leave, you know, I need to provide different mechanisms for, you know, additional styling and configuring. For example, I don't know, change the highlight, the brand color. Right now I'm using the green, but what if, I don't know, what if a company with red branding wants to come in and use this app, right? They would want to use the red shades, and even their red shades, right? So that means they need to go into the code, and instead of green.500, replace everything with red.500. So that makes no sense. I need to refactor everything using brand.500, for example, because that would be the brand color. There are some, you know, some stuff like that I need to do before I open source it. But I will. I definitely will open source it, because, you know, a lot of folks are asking for it, so I don't want to let them down. And why the hell not, man? You know, it's about sharing and teaching each other, and that's a, you know, that's a good deed. I got inspired by you, man. As soon as I finish my bachelor thesis, I'll code something in Blitz. Yeah, dude. Yeah, please. You know, just, you know, go crazy, experiment, try to build something. You know, even if you fail, sometimes, I don't know, fail on purpose. You know, try everything. What can I say? But I think it's the best way to get into a framework and learn the ins and outs of it. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, I mean, it's at least like a 5 months. Yeah, there we go. Initial commit 5 months ago, guys. Right, so I'm only streaming this, right? I haven't been doing any additional dev work except the beginning. So this initial commit is not really shown on Twitch, but I I started, you know, not too long after. I started streaming, I don't know, a few commits after that. But yeah, I do have a lot of projects in queue. When I finish this one, I wanna, you know, build those as well, just for fun, you know. With you guys, we can, you know, we can share ideas. We'll try to build a lot of stuff. And yeah, those will also be Chakra definitely, and Blitz. Why not? It's, you know, the framework matures. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, guys, I'm tired. I'm hungry, and I'm sleepy. I want to do everything at the same time, but it's impossible. So I'll start doing those things one by one. Yeah, let's put an end to the stream now. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, 3 of you are watching. Nice. Yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. And I don't know, yeah, I'm not sure when the next stream will happen. On Sunday I'm getting a new lens for my camera. I can't wait to get those. You see me this, you know, this zoomed in right now because it's not a zoom, it's a prime lens. But you should see more of me, you know. Even I'll have a bigger frame because this is a 50 millimeters lens. I'm getting a 16 millimeters frame and also autofocus. So I can't wait to get that, and you'll see more of me. Nice. All right, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah. Until the next time. Peace out.